Hi traders. So in today's video, as you see, I am in the middle of the South American forest, and as you see, we just pitched our tent, and we have a really nice spot, and we're just walking around, and we just got robbed, so we don't have anything, and it feels really great because we just live off the land, and I have an unknown fruit, and I will eat it and probably die, but I hope I won't, because in today's video I have a really serious topic, and this topic is about news trading. And as you know, I am a news trading expert, and I do this for a really long time. And first I want to tell you that I know how controversial news trading is, because most most educators are completely against news trading, and it is interesting to me. But as I watched their videos and I saw their trading backgrounds and their trading methods, I just realized that they don't have enough knowledge and enough time in news trading, so they can't tell you the truth about it, and they are completely against you know news trading because they don't know the secrets and the little details about news trading. And of course, it can be just as dangerous as any other strategy. For example, if you use an RSI strategy and you use it as every other trader, you will fail, because you know that most of traders, 90% plus traders, are just are completely failing, and they do it every day. And new traders, just so it is a really tough market, and it is a really tough job to be a trader, and you will fail in many areas in trading, and news trading is not an exception, as the educators tell you. So I have a couple of things that I will tell you about news trading, and if you want to build an EA, a forex robot, around news trading. And first of all, I see so many traders ask me if I have such a robot, and they just expect the same kind of news trading robots, and they aren't working, because they do the same. They place two trades before the news, and they just have a stop loss and take profit levels most of the time. And it is based on the theory that uh, the stop loss will just close the losing trade very soon, and the trade that will just go higher and higher, or lower and lower, and be profitable, that will just make the profit. But that is not true, because when the news is coming out, the spreads are fucking high, and when the spreads are high, your stop losses and your take profits won't be triggered, and you will get the price at a just much smaller or much higher price than you actually want it. So my first advice for you is, don't trade breakouts, because I know that most of you trade breakouts when it comes to news. But I'm the master of trading and making love, and so you have to believe me. And I'm the master of this unknown fruit and the deep jungle. And so the first thing is, don't trade breakout, because if you know spreads, because I've already talked about it and you already saw it. And if you just want to trade the breakouts, what you do is you just listen to the prices and to the news release and the numbers. And when you see a number that is lower or higher than the number that was the previous, and you just go and take a trade. But that doesn't work, because the prices are already most of the time at at the price that is the highest point of the news breakout, because you know how it is. A couple minutes before the news release, before the official news release, some people and some banks already know the prices, and they trade it, and they trade against you, so you will fail and you will lose. And actually, I think you will realize that it is happening, because most of the time, a couple minutes before the news, it happens, and it is quite suspicious, I have to tell you. So don't trade the breakouts, because that is just gambling. And you know I've told you in another video that if you want to gamble, just admit that you are a gambler, and you can have a normal trading life beside that. But don't call breakout trading, news breakout trading, real trading, because that is not. um, Real news trading is based on really serious and really big data analysis, and you have to do it, and you have to do the work that that I have to tell you takes even years to analyze that big of a data, and you have to code, and you have to have algorithms, so it won't be easy. But I have some tips if you want to do it, because if you do it, uh, it you have a high chance that you will be profitable, because not many people do the real groundwork. So I have a real pro tip, and that is, you have a news release, and you have to just analyze the 10 years data of that same news. At the same time, just analyze one news, because I know that there are many news releases in a month, but you have to analyze one, because that will be enough for you at once. And you have to look at all the weeks or all the months when it was released, and see how it performed. So how the price reacted to that news release, and just analyze that, and make algorithms and equations to it. And so when the actual real live news release will come, you will know a ton of data, and you will have the ability to react to the news. And one thing, don't trade the breakouts, even if you did this analysis, but trade after the news release. So trade the pullback after the news release, or the continuation after the news release. And it is also a pro tip, because I got this information through big data, and so I am a really generous and handsome man, and I tell you this because maybe I am a bit crazy. So do the following. When the news was released, just sit and wait, and write down the following numbers: how many pips the news, how many pips the price was reacted after the news release, and after 1 hour, and after 4 hours after the news release. And write it down, and analyze the data. And believe me, if you do this enough time, you will have a really good understanding of how this specific news affected the markets. And after that, when you want to create an EA that trades after the news release. And because you will have a ton of data, you can actually trade after. I personally recommend to trade after maybe 1 or 4 hour the news was released. It depends on the specific news, because you know that there are really high impact ones and low impact ones. So trade after that, and based on your data, trade the continuation, and trade the pullback, or trade the pullback. And plus, I recommend to add a price action pattern to the EA. This was a really good video, because I made it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. When I started this series about news trading, I got really good feedback and messages that people just look for this content for a long time, how to create a real news trading EA. So I hope you enjoyed it, and ciao.